Merhaba. Nasılsınız? Ben iyiyim. Let's start. So today we're going to learn one of the most challenging things as a grammar subject in Turkish. That's object suffixes. So there are three kinds of object suffixes in Turkish. And actually the verb that we use in our sentence leads us about which suffix to be used with the object. So what I'm trying to say is this. Let's see with the samples. So let's talk about my mom. And let's say I love my mom. So annem, my mom. Annemi seviyorum. So the verb love always takes one of these suffixes. What are they? U, I, U, U, according to the vowel harmony. Okay, so we never use a or a with the object if you use the verb love in your sentence. So again, the verb in your sentence is the most important thing when you decide which object suffix you use with the object in your sentence. But if you talk about going somewhere, like I'm going to my mom. So my mom, annem, anneme gidiyorum. This time, the suffix, the object suffix that I'm using with the object, my mom, is e, not I. Because the verb I use in the sentence is go, not love. So whenever you use the verb go in your sentence, you have to use one of these object suffixes to add to your object according to the vowel harmony. So as you can see, the last vowel in my original word, annem, is e. So I need e, not a, according to the harmony, the vowel harmony. So if you ever talk about calling someone, that's aramak. For example, I'm calling my dad. My dad, babam. Babamı arıyorum. So I never say babama. I always say babamı. I is the suffix to be used here with the object baba. Why? Because the verb aramak, which is calling someone, always needs the suffix I or I or U or U according to the vowel harmony. We never use a or e if you ever say to call someone in your sentence. But if you talk about giving something to someone, for example, I'm going to give a present to my dad. Babama hediye vereceğim. So, to my dad, babama, not babamı. Because the verb to give always needs one of these suffixes to be added to the object in your sentence. So again, we have to learn which suffix does the verb need to be added to the object. So from now on, when you start to memorize some verbs, please search for the suffix that the verb loves, needs in the sentence with the object. Okay, let's continue with some more samples. Kardeşime benziyorum. So benzemek is the verb which means look like. So I look like my brother. My brother kardeşim. Kardeşime benziyorum. We never say kardeşimi here. Why? Because look like is the verb which always takes a or e as the object suffix. So I'm looking at my sister. Ablama bakıyorum. To look at means bakmak. I never say ablamı because only a or e is used with the verb to look at someone or something. But if you talk about the verb to watch someone or something, then it changes. It needs one of these suffixes, which is I, U or Ü, according to the vowel harmony. So ablamı izliyorum. I'm watching my sister. But ablama bakıyorum. I'm looking at my sister. I know, it's really interesting. I mean, I'm looking at my sister, I'm watching my sister. What's the difference? The difference is the verb. In Turkish, all the verbs have their own prefer for the object suffix. So, amcama kızdım. Kızmak means to get angry. So, if you talk about getting angry with someone, you always use a or e as an object suffix. Amcama kızdım. Amca, my uncle. Amcama kızdım. I never say amcamı. No, because the verb here, kızmak, to get angry, needs these suffixes. And one more suffix apart from these four is data. In my previous mini lesson, we talked about data as the suffix to be added to the place names. Now, the same suffix, I'm saying that, can be added to the people names or pronouns. Okay, let's talk about them. For example, the car is with my mom. So my mom has the car. So don't look for the car. The car is not in the garage. It's with my mom. So with my mom means annemde. The car, araba, annemde. So data, if it's added to the people names instead of place names, means with in English. So where is the key? The key is with my dad. So my dad has the key. Don't look for the key. You can't find it because my dad has it. So anahtar, the key, anahtar babamda. If something is with someone or someone has the thing you're looking for, you say de da, added to that person. Annemde, with my mom. Babamda, with my dad. So if this data suffix is added to the place names, it means where things are. But if it's added to the people's names, it means the preposition with. Actually, more or less the same, right? Where is the key? It's with my mom. Annemde. So let's talk about pronouns. Pronouns, which is ben, sen, o, third person, he, she, it, and the plural versions, biz, siz, onlar, third person plural. So, if you use I, u, ü suffixes, which again, remember, some verbs need, then you have to say beni, seni, onu. We have to add this N as a connector, bizi, sizi, onları. But as you can remember, some verbs need a and suffixes to be added to the object pronoun here in this case. So then beni changes into bana. We have to memorize them. So both beni and bana is one word in English, which is me. But we have two words for me in Turkish, depending on the verb in your sentence. So you as an object pronoun is seni and sana, two words. Him or her is onu or ona, depending on the verb you use in your sentence. So hopefully this rule will help you to decide which suffix to add to your object in your sentence, which is a really big challenge for you guys, I know, but it needs time and practice. You'll make it. Görüşürüz.